Let's check in and see how the wallet's doing after York. Ah, crap. I did. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here today on RJ's Trains. I just got back from the York Train Show and man, did I make out with just a couple of goodies. So let's dive into that and talk all about the York Train Show today on RJ's Trains. So I had real intentions on filming a whole vlog video while I was at York, and pretty much while I was at York, I was focusing on talking to you guys or hanging out with my friends or looking at trains to buy. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time filming because I just wanted to enjoy myself at the show. Now, if you're looking for a good vlog video about the York experience, my good friend Chris Trains and Things, he put together a whole video for the TCA, so make sure to go check out his video on what the York experience is truly like. So after a great breakfast at the Round the Clock Diner in York, PA, with RBP Trains, JD Stucks, and a few of the Detroit 3-railers, we headed over to the fairgrounds, and thankfully I knew that my holy grail item was sitting in one of the booths in the Orange Hall, which is where a lot of the dealers are. Vince's Trains, which usually sets up at York but hasn't been there the last couple of years, posted on the OGR forum a list of all of the engines that they were bringing to York. As soon as the fairground opened up at noon, I sprinted over to Vince's booth, and the first engine purchase was a European steamer by my good friend Trainman Dan and his father, and the second one was one in this purple box. It is an MTH Premier non-powered New York and Atlantic GP38-2. Now, these things are really hard to come by. They were only made 2 or 3 times by MTH, and each time they were produced in small quantities because it's not a very popular railroad, and a lot of the Long Island guys who buy them hold on to them for dear life because they're so hard to come by. I do have to give a special thanks to my buddy Eric Trainman here on YouTube. He just hit 1,000 subscribers. And he has a great collection, great channel. So there's a link popping up to his channel in the top right-hand corner. So make sure to go check out his channel. But Vince had a powered GP38 and a non-powered GP38. I wanted the non-powered one. I saw it on his list. But in the commotion of everybody looking at this booth, because he had a lot of good deals, there's probably 50 people in his tiny booth, I could only find the powered version. And just as I was about to hand over the $450 for a powered unit, when I didn't need a powered unit because I have a MP15 Rail King New York and Atlantic switcher, Eric says, "Hold on, do you want the non-powered version? It's right here for $150. And I'm like, thank God. And so Eric really helped me out there. So thank you again, Eric. And after getting that GP38, I was pretty satisfied. I didn't really feel like there was anything else I really needed. If something stood out to me, then I'd pick it up. And well, we're 1 box down, and we've got 4 more to go. So we've got a little bit more to talk about. After spending a lot of time in the Orange Hall, catching up and meeting people, Chris, Jason, and myself decided to set out and check out the member halls. Usually, I don't have as good success in those halls, but we just went around for the sake of looking around, and maybe we'd stumble across something that we were looking for. And well, I think I hit the mother lode. Now, I'd been in the market for an MTH subway set for a very, very long time now, but with MTH announcing that they were shifting to this new business model, we haven't gotten any new releases of subway sets, and MTH subway sets have become... And so walking around in the Red Hall, which is one of the member halls, I found this. This is an MTH Rail King R12 subway set. And most importantly, it is the 7 line. For those of you who are not familiar with the New York City subway system, the 7 line is the subway line that takes you from Times Square, Grand Central Station, and the Long Island Railroad's Woodside Station to the Mets baseball stadium. So I've ridden the 7 line a lot. In fact, I've ridden it twice in just the last couple of months while going to Mets games. Between the combination of really wanting a 7 line train and the price and scarcity of MTH Rail King subway sets, when I stumbled across this subway set for $250 in the Red Hall, I knew I had to pounce. Now, afterwards, I was looking on eBay, and And just a 2-car add-on, non-powered set of these exact cars from this exact run, a non-powered 2-pack is selling for $2.99 on eBay. I could not have been happier to stumble across this set. It runs great, and I'm really happy to have this in my collection. One thing that I did notice on Thursday is that Nassau Hobbies, which is actually a local Long Island hobby shop, which was set up at York, was having a huge sale on MTH Premier, Atlas Premier, and some K-Line freight cars, including some 2-bay hoppers from the latest run. So this is a car that I've had my eye on for quite some time now, and when it was 50% off, so instead of it being $80, it was $40, I knew it was the right time to pick one up. And that is one of the new Atlas 2-bay hoppers, this one for the Delaware and Hudson. Now, I've been wanting some Delaware and Hudson rolling stock in my collection for quite some time now, and I figured, you know, the price is right. I already have 2 of these hoppers in the L&N, and I really like them, so this will just add to my 2-bay hopper train, which will run at the end of the video. And on Friday, I picked up my last item that I purchased at York, and I bought a MTH Rail King Christmas trolley. Now, this is one of the trolleys that have the Christmas LED lights around it that all light up, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful piece, and it's going to go great with the 12 days of RJ's trains this year. More on that in a future video. So some of you guys might be doing the mental math right now. I just told you I was done buying trains after the trolley. We have the hopper car, the non-powered diesel, and the subway set. So what's that K-Line box? I have to give a special thanks to one of my most loyal followers, Bob Campbell, who gifted me with this beautiful K-Line RF&P boxcar for my collection. I live in DC now, and I've kind of adopted the Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac Railroad as my new home railroad in DC, much like the Long Island Railroad is to me because I'm from Long Island. Bob is also a huge fan of the RF&P, so he thought it would be no better gift than to gift an RF&P boxcar to me. And I'm really excited to have this in my collection and slowly growing my RF&P fleet over time. Maybe a few more things are coming in the near future. You have to stay tuned and see about that. Well, that wraps up everything I purchased while at the York Train Show. Surprisingly, and despite that bit there at the beginning, I actually spent a lot less money than what I was anticipating and I had brought to spend, which is always a good thing when you spend less money than you think at a train show. I have to give a special thanks to everybody who came up and said hello to me while I was perusing the halls. It was a pleasure to meet all of you guys. It's interesting having you guys come up to me and telling me how much you guys love my videos. And to me, this is just a silly hobby, and I publish my silly videos here on the internet. And it really means the world to me to hear you guys talk about how much you love and appreciate my videos. Those comments really do go a long way, and they give me the extra motivation to produce the best videos and the most amount of videos as possible for you guys. So thank you again to everybody who came up and said hello. If I missed you or you couldn't make it to York, just know that I do appreciate all of you guys who are loyal fans of the channel and watch all of my videos and comment down below and the whole 9 yards. It really does mean the world to me. Now, you want to see all these new awesome trains run around the layout because I know that's what I wanted to do. As soon as I got home, ripped them out of their boxes and put them right on the layout to run. So take care, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.